Justin.
I'm Maurice, and you're listening to
Category Is.
What's up, Maurice?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm making it, surviving the Rona.
Surviving the Rona. Hashtag
Yeah.
surviving the Rona.
Yeah. This is our second quarantine special. This is our second time recording an episode, like not being in the same place. So
Right. I know I
yeah.
miss you.
I know it's so different because like when you have something planned in your diaries, set schedule every week. That was like our time. We always catch up. We hang
Right.
out because people don't really realize that we kind of talk shit and hang out for like hours so before we even
Right.
start recording. So it's like you miss that friend time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because it's like, we put our first episode last week on YouTube. So it's kind of nice to be on a different platform and kind of get to interact with our audience in a visual way.
Yeah.
It's also nice to kind of like get to see you, because like only other alternative I could think would be doing it over the phone, and that's just not.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Yeah. Sorry, I was also
Wet.
distracted because my dog Lola was walking around.
Oh yeah, I hear.
Being a little nosy bitch.
Yeah, she is. So how you been?
Doing good, and I was doing really, really well. I was so proud of myself. And then last Friday, I had a breakdown. Like, I was, you know what? I am an introverted extrovert. But the key is that I am an extroverted person.
Yeah,
I get my energy from being around other people. I like to be around other people and interact with them and all of that. And I think like on Friday, I missed humans. Like, as much as I bitch about people and the stupid shit they do, and how much they get on my nerves, I missed being around other people. So it kind of just got to me. And I think also, I always have the birthday blues every year.
Yeah.
My birthday is very last day of March. So,
coming up.
Yeah. So I had like all these plans and things I wanted to do with all my friends, and everyone was coming together. And I mean, this is a global pandemic, and I'm not trying to personalize it, but I kind of just had a sad 4 hours. But I'm allowed to have 4 hours to get that.
4 hours.
But then I got it together, and it's my wig, and went on a walk and got some fresh air, and I'm in a much better place now.
Okay, good.
How about you?
I've been good. So the other day I set up our umbrella on the roof, and my plan was, it's everybody's working from home and just staying home, chilling. So I was going to be up on the roof like all week and all weekend, with my wine and bring my laptop up there. But it's been like pouring rain for like days on end.
Right.
And I checked the forecast, and it's going to be raining for like the next 2 weeks. So, but
my own ideas about like all of this happening. Mother Nature's getting back at us, or I can go on for days about the conspiracy theories, but it's interesting. Like the fact that the weather's nasty is just like stay your ass in the house.
But it's good. It's like people stay home,
right,
and like don't be out and about. And because if it was nice weather, people gonna be all at the parks. They have to close the parks down,
right?
Because people are
the
just
beaches.
Just gonna.
Although it's still not warm enough for the beach up here.
But that's in Florida.
Right.
The ones I've been seeing.
Right.
But I have on my festive shirt today.
Yes, category is. I have on a banana and gay socks.
Mess.
Take that how you want it.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been good. Today is our anniversary, so me and my boo are celebrating.
Happy anniversary.
3rd year. Well, so we don't really have
it's
like
only been 3?
Yeah.
That's forever in gay though.
It is. That's like old married couple. But we don't have like a specific day because for some reason, I'm usually really good with the days, right? And I remember like every single thing. But for some reason, I cannot remember what the exact day was. So we kind of have like this free-flowing kind of anniversary. It's like towards
nice.
towards the end of March.
Right, like, because the time frame-ish.
Right.
Because it's like, as an adult, it's like, I don't even like, do you ask someone to be your boyfriend anymore? It's just like, one day I'm just kind of looking over at you like, oh, you're my boyfriend. Or what usually happens is like, explain.
You have to DTR.
I'll explain to my friends or my family, oh my goodness, you know.
At some point, you have to DTR. You have to DTR it.
Yeah, but like usually I consider the person in my head to be my boyfriend before they do. But it's like a feeling it's like mutual. But like it hasn't been, you haven't signed your name on that yet, right? Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's cool. And then, I know that my birthday is also an anniversary for you, but I don't know if you want to share that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, it's my fraternity birthday anniversary. So it'll be 19 years.
Oh, bitch, you
this year. Yes.
But you know what? I realize that, like you, I too am getting old. But you are much older.
But I still look good.
Okay. But I saw somewhere on the Twitter that it was the 15th anniversary of the Emancipation of Mimi.
Yes, it is.
Shocking.
It's actually more specifically, it's the 15th anniversary of We Belong Together.
Okay.
The release of the song, yeah.
That song feels like it was a smooth 7 years ago to me.
It doesn't seem like it was that long. Like, and the thing is still so good of a song that it didn't really age. So, yeah, seems like a really short amount of time.
Hold on. Is your computer paused?
I think yours froze.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no, it's fine.
So, we always have our drink of the week, but it's a little bit harder to coordinate because we're not at the studio. And we had a full bar at the studio with all the fixings, but it's kind of hard to do the same drink when we're in two different locations. So, I think we're kind of going to just wing it and drink what we got.
Drink what you got. That's pretty much what it's going to be.
I'm curious, what are you drinking, Maurice?
I am drinking a cup of, it's just a Chardonnay. Some white wine for tonight.
Oh, you got some white wine.
Yes. Back to my usual. Yeah.
I'm drinking my fave drink, which is a gin and tonic with Bombay. But I added some Saint Germain, It's cute. And this is my bougie, classy ratchet glass,
Megan chalice.
I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. I don't know the dance yet, though.
They all look the same. Just pick any dance challenge, and you could be doing it or not, or creating the next one.
Sean T did good, though. He's such a fucking lady. I love him.
Tilk, tut, and tighter.
All right, well, let's hop into the categories for this week.
Yes. Category is our favorite people, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yes.
So on March 31st is going to be their official transition into being private citizens. So they released a statement on Instagram. Did you see it?
What?
So they released a statement on Instagram.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? It was pretty long. I didn't read all of it, but I mean, I got the gist of what they're saying. They're basically thanking their fans and supporters and people who are down for them.
Right.
And they were basically saying that, they don't want to take any spotlight or get really any attention for this right now because of, the Rona going on and things like that. So they were just like, we'll see you again soon. And it'll be, in their different capacity. Meghan is narrating the elephant thing on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Did you see that? Yeah.
You sent it to me.
Yeah.
I have to get my sister's Disney Plus passcode though, because I have 3 things right now and I just can't justify. I mean, I have Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. I can't justify.
You don't need all that. Yeah.
But I do because I use them all.
But you watch like what? One show here, one show there.
I use Hulu the least.
I haven't watched Hulu in a long time. Yeah, I haven't watched them in a long time. We have like a free Disney Plus thing for like a year because we switched our like providers and they gave us like free Disney. So
nice.
I'll take it. So I'm gonna watch it there. But yeah, it's a new chapter for them. It's a new chapter for everybody. They did you see that Prince Charles has the Rona?
I saw he got the Rona.
Yeah.
John, you know the conspiracy theories is popping off in my head because
Uh-huh.
I was just like, well, I guess William's gonna be king.
Mm,
That'd be sad though. Like, could you imagine? Like, he's 70 something, right?
I think he's 71.
Right, like you 71,
Yeah.
you still not king because your mother is just holding on.
She holding on strong.
Very
But people are worried about her because, she's old.
98 or something.
She's not 98.
She old.
She old. And they're just like, the Rona's taking the old people out. So she packed up and went to one of her castles, and she's gonna be holed up there for a while.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm excited for Harry and Meghan. They moved to LA.
Right. They
Reportedly.
all of us. So what was
Yeah.
Vancouver about?
Well, I think Vancouver, they needed someplace to just
Go.
and like be secluded and be away from everybody. And they weren't even like in Vancouver proper. They were on Vancouver Island, which is even more secluded.
Right.
And so I think they just needed to go somewhere where they can lay up, be isolated, and figure out the next move. And that's what they did.
But it's quite convenient that they make the move to Los Angeles, because that's not a place that you go to be secluded. That's where you try and move, shake, walk red carpet, see and be seen. But y'all make this move during the times of the Rona, right?
Of the Rona. But you can also be in LA and like not be in LA. Like you can have a house on the hills and never have to come down.
Or like be like Bel Air-ish.
So like Bel Air, maybe even Calabasas.
Calabasas is a smooth like 70 miles outside of Los Angeles. It's far.
It's really far. Yeah. So so you can be like in the area but not be like on the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see what they do. I'm excited
because it's like, I don't know. I was excited because she was a Black girl, American, marrying into this like, the most powerful royal family ever.
Yeah.
And then she flipped the script and she's like, oh, I'm bringing it back home. It's like this is what Coming to America Part 2 should be about. Like, I don't know.
That's coming.
It's interesting to me. Oh, it is coming, the real one.
Yeah, the real one. I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
About her being in Los Angeles?
No, I don't think it was like this calculated, move. I'm gonna go do this, and then bam, I'm leaving. I'm out, and this, I think that in the beginning, everybody was optimistic and hopeful about what it was gonna be, and then the world decided that they didn't want that, or they didn't want her, and so it was just, like the Piers Morgans and like the British tabloids, and then they were interviewing her sister like every fucking day for what, girl? Like she hasn't talked to you in over a decade.
The one in a wheelchair?
Yeah, and then like the father, I think, just there is this voice of like hatred and racism and all sorts of other things that were working against them. And they were like, fuck this. I'm out.
I read one of the clickbaits that you be telling me not to listen to. So I do love me some clickbait. And they were just like, a lot of the British tabloids are basically saying that Charles got the Rona, and that Meghan forbid him from going to his father.
Yeah. Like as soon as I heard that he had the Rona, I was like, okay, the next headline is going to be spiteful Meghan forbids Harry from seeing Charles on his deathbed or something like scandalous.
But it's like she's just practicing the social distancing. But I also feel like Black people, can we just talk? I know we're not all about the Rona, because I feel like people come to our podcast because they want to hear us.
Yeah.
They want to escape.
And
But we also have to acknowledge the times in which we live. Because this is history. This is historic. But it's just like, I feel like Black people don't get what social distancing is. Like, social distancing is like, my birthday tomorrow is going to be sad. Because it's like you don't see people that you don't live with. Because if you live with them, you're going to eventually, if you get exposed, it's just the two of y'all together. But it's just like, people are having Corona parties. That's not social distancing.
Yeah.
But it's hard for folks. But anyway.
Yeah. But it's fine. They'll be good. I'm excited to see what happens. So I think they might take the I think they're gonna do like speaking tours. I'm gonna be front row, but them tickets gonna be high
It would
though.
be really expensive.
So
They want to meet and greet.
probably. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I think they're gonna do like the Obama route and do like set up a charitable foundation, do speaking tours, have books come out.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised
be
if like, they
doing
did
their
like a couple speaking tour with like Obama and Michelle.
That would be bomb.
I'd be so bomb. I'd go.
Yeah.
You know, all the time, I'm Michelle, but coming hard, like, hey.
So best.
But absolutely, I'd be there, and I'd be at the Greek too. But yeah, because you know they are a distinguished couple.
Right.
But I do think that she wants to, like, do it her way. I don't think that she wants to be like that traditional royal family way. I'm excited for them because it's a new frontier that has not been explored yet.
Right.
And it's exciting. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
10s for y'all.
Huh?
So 10s for y'all.
Yes. Well, there's this one thing that has been happening on Netflix. I think, you know, since the advent of streaming television and Netflix, it changed the world, because before everyone used to tune in at the same time and watch the same show, have the water cooler talk the next day. You know, now you can just binge it. So actually, but now they're changing that too, because I watched that show on Amazon. Did you watch Making the Cut?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, so I got excited because, so anyone who knows, Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn used to host Project Runway.
Yeah.
Now it's like Christian Siriano, who I actually love as a host. And
I don't like Christian as the mentor or whatever, because he always seems to be pushing like his design style and aesthetic on the people.
Right.
Because he's like, have you thought about putting this there? And you should change it to this. And what about that?
A little bit too much creative direction.
It's very heavy-handed, yeah.
And what's the model, Carly Kloss? She's nice, but it's no Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum. Let's just say that. Yeah. So I love Project Runway. I get very excited. And basically, they left Bravo, now they went to Amazon. So I was like, yay, the show comes out on Friday. I'm going to just spend all weekend watching the show. And it was just the first 2 episodes. So they're like, now even on like streaming platforms, they are like giving you 2 episodes a week.
Yeah, because The Mandalorian, which came on Disney Plus, they released the episode every, I believe, Thursday. But it was like only 1 episode a week. And so they say that it's better for their business model, because it keeps you kind of, hooked basically, and you're going to stay for at least a month, 2 months. But then it's like, once that show is over, it's like, are people going to renew?
Right. So, but it still expands over a longer period of time. Using the service, right? But anyway, I mean, I was just really disappointed because I fully intended to like spend the entire day watching that show.
Just binging.
But I must say, I love Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum, because Tim Gunn, he'll just be like, he's like, I don't know. He doesn't give them direction. He just lets them know when they're going wrong. And that's it. And Heidi Klum kind of gets on my nerves at times, but I must say, the show's amazing. It's the best show ever, because it has my favorite, Auntie Omi.
As a judge?
Yeah, she's a judge on the show.
Oh, shit, for real?
Major. And she holds nothing back. She's not a bitch. She's just truthful and direct, and she tells them how it is. And if she had balls, she'd be widely respected. But because she doesn't, people hate her. But she keeps it 110. And I love Auntie Omi. She can do no wrong in my eyes. It also has Jason Alcazara, who is the Duchess's favorite. She wears all his shoes.
The shoes, yeah.
Yeah. And then it has Corinne Whitefield, who's like French Vogue's, editor-in-chief, basically the Anna Wintour of France.
She's Jacqueline Follet.
Yeah, she's Jacqueline Follet. And then it has Nicole Richie, where I was like, okay, I don't get that. But I like the show. It focuses a lot more on the business of fashion.
Okay.
And they're cutthroat. They're just like, they'll have 10 people and they'll pull someone up out the crowd. They'll be like, your shit was bad, to go, bye. And then, and then they award the winner. So like they're like, oh, 2 people, like 5 people can go home. It's not like 1 person each week. So they switch up the format. But that's not the show. I kind of got distracted. The show I'm really talking about is on Netflix. And I really want you to watch it because I want to discuss it. It's so bad. But you refuse.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
And this show is Tiger King. So last week's episode I had only seen like the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
But like 30 minutes into the first episode, you're hooked. I think it's a 7-part series. Each part is about an hour.
That's too much.
No. I want part 2. I want the theatric, drama. It was so good.
Well, the thing with Tiger King is no one can really tell me what it's about. Like, people say, oh, you gotta watch Tiger King. I'm like, okay, what's it about? It's crazy. Okay, but what is it about? Oh my God, it's stupid. It is so, like, just bizarre. Okay, but give me a little bit more than that. And nobody can. And I think that's why I'm just like,
can I try?
I mean, I've heard about it, and I've seen the stuff on social media, and my buddy Nick, Nick from Nick Smith News, shout out to him.
Oh yes, hey Nick.
So he was telling me about it like yesterday, and I mean, I'll watch it eventually, but maybe in like a few weeks after like all the hype has died down.
Well, that's so you though.
Yeah.
But you want to be a part of the hype. There could be spin-offs from this documentary. I think they need to do a spin-off about Lisa Frank, but that's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
But I will try to, in 2 sentences,
That's going to be hard for you.
I know. I used to first.
All right.
They're going to be 2 run-on sentences.
Yeah.
Tiger King is about crazy white Republican Southerners who...
They're in Oklahoma, though. That's not South.
What?
They're in Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma.
That's not the South.
South Carolina and Florida. So I'm just saying South.
Florida's not the South either.
Well, I'm not from the South. You are, so I'll let you handle that. But to me, as a Jersey boy, it's all South.
Okay.
So Tiger King is about crazy, eccentric, wild, white Southern people obsessed with tigers. And it's it's really not about tigers. I thought I was watching a documentary about like the conservation of tigers, but it's not at all. Okay, all that was not a part of the sentence.
Okay.
Sentence number 2. It has gay sex, eyeliner, meth, thruples, drugs, eating, like feeding people to tigers, harems, the FBI, and prison. It is fascinating. I mean, this bitch got mauled by a tiger and went back to work the next day. It is okay. So basically, I wanted you to watch it because I can't really talk about it because you don't have really the frame of reference. All I want to say is that there's this thing going on the internet where, like, are you Team Joe Exotic, the guy in Oklahoma,
that man,
who is like the villain, right? He's like,
is that the guy with the teeth?
No, the guy with
or
the
the guy with the.
It's like this is social distancing. This is he has all the gas. No, that's Joe Exotic's first husband. But then he had a second husband. But you know, the thing I'll say about Joe is Joe has some fucking balls. And I do respect the fuck out of Joe because he's a gay guy living in Oklahoma who was fully, authentically himself. He rocked eyeliner and he rocked glitter in the daytime, like sequins.
No, that's not.
And he had not 1, but 2 husbands.
I thought it was 3.
Well, they were 3 together.
Well, okay.
So he had 2 husbands. He had no problem when you came to his Park. He said, "Yeah, I'm gay. Yeah, I suck dick, and I'm country, and I live in Oklahoma, and I like my guns." But like he was so unapologetically him. But he got to he's like so psychotic. You're like, is it him or is it this persona, right? But I really did like Joe, but he just took it too far and couldn't reel it in. And his arch nemesis is this woman named Carol Baskin. Huh?
I heard some stuff about her too,
but so on the internet, everyone's like, "Are you team Carol or are you team Joe?" Like I have my one girlfriend in LA. She's so team like Carol. She's like, "Oh, Carol was trying to save the tiger. She's a vegan. She's trying to help the people." My other friends are all team Joe. I'm team FBI because all these people were crazy. You just have to watch it. I can't really fully discuss it with you.
Yeah, I'm checked out.
You watch it. I'm like, you're looking at your phone, bitch. Come here. I'm talking about Tiger King.
My bad.
And then there's Doc Ansel, who doesn't get enough play. Doc Ansel had a whole harem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bitches $100 a week, and they all had to have sex with him to work with him.
$100 a week? That's it?
That's it.
And
they was working
he providing meals or something?
Huh?
He provided meals?
He provided meals and housing and probably a penis. And they worked 16 hours a day. But then he was in the Britney Spears VMA performance of "I'm a Slave for You." Did you see that? Yes!
I saw that on Twitter, actually.
But it was a fascinating documentary. But it focuses so much on spectacle and scandal and how it just like spirals out of control. It can lead to really serious implications.
That sounds out of control already. Like I don't see how it can spiral any further.
It started out of control. I mean, but it has all the good makings of a story. It has death, murder, sex, drugs, the FBI. It's just, I think it should win an award.
I hope not. I really hope not.
And so good. But from a documentary's perspective, it was good. It was good. And I want to see like the theatrical film. I mean, Cardi B has a GoFundMe to get Joe Exotic out of jail. She's trying to help with his appeal.
He need to talk to Kim K about that because Cardi ain't gonna do it. She can't barely read. So he might want Kim K to file his paperwork, or he ain't never gonna get out.
Kim K's trying to be a serious lawyer. I would advise her not to touch this case.
She loved Tiger King though. She was tweeting about it like all week.
Good. It's so fascinating. It's batshit crazy.
Those descriptors don't make me want to go watch that. Because to me and this is I said what I said, but I'll get to that a little bit later, but it just seems to be more about the spectacle and not the story to me.
You know what the one thing I feel bad about though? Because I fully intended on going into the documentary like and feeling like getting more education and information about the tigers. It's not about the tigers at all.
See.
And it's not going to help the tigers either. Like at the end of the documentary, they're like, "Oh, you know, the U.S. has the largest population of tigers, which belong in Africa and you know, in Asia. You know, there's 5,000 tigers in the contiguous United States, but there's only 4,000 in the wild."
Oh wow!
And I thought that was shocking, but I feel like the documentary, you know, they need to talk to the Duchess and Discovery and Disney and Disney Plus because the documentary's done nothing for the tigers, in my perspective.
It's not like Blackfish.
Yeah, it's not like Blackfish. I watched Blackfish and I cried.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was horrible. But then after that, I went to Iceland and I ate whale. So, you know. Don't do that.
Mess. Moving on to our next category. Something else that was a mess. So your boy Drake.
My husband.
Well,
he doesn't know yet.
Huh?
He doesn't know yet.
I don't think he's ever gonna figure that out.
What, me or him?
You with him.
Why? You know I'm determined to get a Canadian husband.
I don't think Drake is gonna be the one.
Well, then it'll be Daniel Levy.
He's not Canadian, is he?
He is.
He is?
You didn't know?
Where are they from? I don't know where they're from.
He's from Toronto.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
The six. I'm getting me a Canadian husband, bitch. I'll be
Justin
moving the
Bieber.
location on my apps.
Oh, a mess. A mess. So Drake released a picture of his 2-year-old son this week, Adonis. He was cute, but
okay, this is what I want to say. A lot of Black people are being very nasty.
Really?
First, I don't talk about nobody's kid. Well, that's a
Kids
lot.
are off limits. Nene Leakes.
They are. But I think that people expected Drake's child to look one way, and he looks another.
I don't think it was that, because I couldn't remember what the baby mama looked like until you sent me the picture. But Drake might want to go on Maury Povich real fast.
Okay, people need to realize and recognize that Drake is half Black.
Right? Yes, yes.
This baby's only 25% Black.
What is the mama?
She's a Parisian. She's straight up French.
Oh,
all
okay.
French.
Okay.
But you know, the French know how to do things and make themselves look exotic.
Because when I saw the picture, I was like, what is she like? What kind of look was she going for? Because she didn't give me French at all.
Well, I don't know. I think that people like within the Black community specifically, there's a lot of issues with like colorism and color and skin tone and all that. And I think people don't really understand. But as a lighter skinned person, and I think I'm medium skinned, but again, the world tells me otherwise.
That mirror should tell you otherwise.
Whatever. But I know mulatto when I see one. And I can almost tell you, I'm like, oh, you 1/8. I know. And that
octoroon, quadroon.
Right, octoroon, quadroon. I know he's straight up quadroon. Clearly. He don't look like a white boy. He does not look like a white child.
No, he does not. But
don't compare him to Powder is just rude. Don't talk about people's children.
Who's Powder? Oh, I know Powder.
From the movie with the albino.
Yeah. Though, yeah. It wasn't that. It was just the kid looks. Yeah, I don't know. They might need to run some DNA again because they did it twice, I think.
I know that there was one, but that is, to me, it's if anything. I saw Drake's mother.
After you scroll through like all the pictures,
the
and
baby?
it was like the one picture, and the mom had the curly hair, and the mom I think has blue eyes, and you know that kind of look.
Mom, and then you see Drake's son, you're like, oh my God, absolutely.
I see it, yeah.
And I get it because my niece looks just like my mom.
Yeah, so kind of looking like Skip. Yeah.
My niece looks more like my mom than my sister.
Yeah, that's
you know. So I know genetics be working crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
So the little boy doesn't even look like his mom though.
The boy's mom.
Huh?
The kid doesn't look like the baby mama.
No.
At all.
At all.
Not to me either. Yeah.
Right. So it's just like genetics work weirdly sometimes.
Well, so I think they sequenced the pictures in the wrong order because they had the picture of Drake and the boy together and it was like, and then they had the picture of Drake and the baby mama together, and you're still like,
and then it doesn't look like their child at all.
Yeah, at all. And then you had to scroll again, and it was like a picture of Drake and his dad, and then a picture of Drake and the mom, or Drake's dad and Drake's mom, and then you scroll again, and it was Drake and Drake's mom, and it was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Right.
But
just, to me, I think that people are so caught up in the visuals. It's just like, this has been a profound thing for him. Whether or not he was with this woman in a committed relationship, because it
don't matter.
It don't matter. Because now we have a real live human being that he's connected to.
Yeah.
It don't matter. A lot of y'all that's out here judging what this baby looked like was, the result of one night stands anyway. Y'all was uh-ohs and mistakes. But the baby's here. And that's his son. And that is a blessing and it's beautiful. And we should honor that and be focused on that message of what he was talking about, not oh, the baby look a certain kind of way. Like, because you're talking about a whole 2-year-old human being. Like, cut that out. I hate that shit.
But he's cute. He's adorable.
He's adorable. His hair is curly. His eyes is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
God's plan. And that's someone's son.
Yeah. And it's God's plan.
God's plan.
Shout out to Drake.
So also, I mean, I think we're hopping back into the Rona in our next category.
We are.
We're doing lots of adjustments. There's been things, the daytime television and the nighttime television is different.
Mm-hmm.
Podcasting has been different.
Mm-hmm.
We know a lot of people listen to our podcast and commute to work.
Yeah, because I read this article today and it was saying that when all of the shutdowns and quarantine started, people were expecting podcasting to like pick up and like pop off, but there's been like a decline in like listenership because people aren't going anywhere, and a lot of people listen to podcasts on their way to work, on the way home from work, when they're commuting to from different places. When they're at the gyms are closed.
Right.
So, yeah, but
thanks
for y'all for listening.
And I think that because this is such a global crisis, a lot of people listen to podcasts for escape. Mm-hmm. And I read an article as well today in the Inquirer saying how like a lot of podcast listenership is down, but also a lot of podcasts are only talking about Corona, and people don't want to listen to it. Yeah. Because we're doing enough of that. So we're going to switch from that. But, I mean, I think that we also have to honor this time in history, because whether we recognize it or not, we're living through history right now. Like, think about it. Like, even on Christmas and Thanksgiving, shit be open. Yeah. Like, for shit to be shut down for a whole 2 weeks and now for another 30 days, and I don't care what you say, we're not going to be out in these streets come April 30th either, or come May 1st.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. I'm thinking that at best it'd be June 1. I'm hoping for by your birth, by the end of June, early July. Mm-hmm. But again,
July 4th.
I'd like to go see a firework.
Will they still do
it? I don't know.
Because I can watch it from my roof.
I don't even know. But because the world is changing, I think we also have to recognize how things are happening. But a lot of artists have been having like living room concerts or like streaming concerts. I watched the Erykah Badu one because Erykah.
I didn't watch that. That came on too late.
Huh?
That came on too late.
Well, I got a link from somebody, but it's now shut down. So you can't review it. Erykah was collecting a coin.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a charity thing. But I know that Elton John held a
the iHeart Living Room.
Yes.
Concert.
Elton John is one of my Aries sisters, and then one of the headliners as well was one of my Aries sisters.
Yeah. Did Mariah Carey? She did always "Be My Baby."
It's actually my favorite Mariah Carey song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then when she did "Always My Baby," I was like, why did I not give her that song for her birthday tribute?
I see.
I get very serious about my birthday divas. And I should do "Always My Baby."
Yeah. So she did the concert it wasn't her living room. It was she has a recording studio in her New York apartment.
She's Mariah motherfucking Carey.
Yeah. And she had like full makeup. She had the fan going. That
her hair blows.
Yeah, you didn't see it. She had like one little like flyaway that you could barely see.
Some part of her body moves.
Mariah will give you a two-step. She's not a dancer. Y'all know this. She'll give you
hairography.
That's her move. She'll shuffle back and forth, but that's about all you're gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was good. She sounded good. I didn't watch the other ones though. But Backstreet Boys, I think, was on there.
Who?
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay.
On the Elton John one.
Cute.
Yeah, I didn't see it though. But did you see the DJ D Nice concert?
Yeah, actually tuned into
DJ set. Oh, okay. The Michelle Obama one?
Yeah, I was that one because he had one before that.
Yeah.
And that one was like popping. And it was the next day I was like watching my stories and everyone was like talking about how good it was. So he promoted the next one with Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And she's one of my top 3 faves. So I was like, let me go in. And they were able to raise a lot of money and do like mainly voter registration. But I'm like, I have all these other ideas about that too. Because I'm like, how do you want to vote? Because nothing but old people be at the volunteering at the voting booth.
Yeah.
If we social distancing, how's that gonna happen?
We'll figure something out by then. Yeah.
But are we gonna be?
We'll see. Yeah. I think it's too early to be thinking about that, but we voted during the war. We voted during the Great Depression, and we're gonna vote this time. So we'll make it work.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it's nice because people, I think people are trying to find ways to connect with one another.
Right.
I think that I usually hate FaceTime because I just don't need to be seen. I don't like to talk on the phone really.
I don't either. Yeah.
I hate talking on the phone. Like I'd rather just drive to you and talk person to person. I prefer text and email. I get phone anxiety. I brush people off the phone. This is nice for the podcast purposes because the podcast is something new, so it's this is different for me. But I think I need to start implementing FaceTiming to cope with the distance because it does feel more intimate.
What kind of FaceTime? Oh.
Well, okay. I will say, we're kind of going from categories. On a personal tangent, because I am single, my dating life these past 3 weeks has been so interesting.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still quarantining, but I'm talking to 3 different guys right now. Daily. So I got 2 Puerto Rican days and a mixed day. So it's just a lot to handle.
That's problematic.
What do you mean?
It is because it's
well, people are much more
because they ain't got shit else to do.
Exactly.
So when things go back to normal, I just question or wonder how engaged they will be going forward.
I got a little babe texting me right now. Again, it's all day.
Send nudes.
Huh?
Send nudes.
That happens. But I was I want to meet people. I mean, I did go meet one, but
see. Corona might not be the only virus you gotta worry about. Be careful out there.
Listen, calculated risks, okay? But
YOLO.
Look, I want to live in a post-apocalyptic world anyway.
A mess.
But I think that it's just, I think people are just trying to find ways to cope.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
Right. I think that wraps up our categories for this week. Let's hop into the next segment of the show. It's time for our
realness topic of the week. It's the end of March. It's time for the 1Q review, the end of the first quarter in the business world. So that's when people, like to kind of check in and see how they're progressing throughout the year. And coronavirus aside, how do you think the year is going so far for you?
Well, for me personally, a major part of the breakdown that I had on Friday was directly related to Corona because for the past about 6 months, I've been working on a major business plan within my legal profession. And it's taking lots of work, jumping through hoops, filing things, getting, federal tax IDs and malpractice and all these things. And I had a like, you know, a launch date of March 15th. And I mean, I'm like low-key launched. I'm like, you know, soft opening, not a grand opening, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of bummed about that. Because like now it's just not the time for my business plan to do what I need to do for myself. So it's kind of delayed.
Okay.
But I'm also trying to find like the opportunity in this moment.
Right.
But that wasn't really answering your question. For what, you know, for the first quarter where I am, and basically the first quarter is a good evaluator because it's my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that professionally, I've really been working hard to regroup and re-strategize and plan my next few years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the kind of work I'm doing now is like more traditional in the gig economy. I have like multiple streams of income, and I have something that I own and that's mine that I'm building. And from like a personal romantic dating perspective, I'm out there, I'm entertaining like, you know, 3 guys, which is really, really like a
At
lot
the
for me.
same time, girl.
You know, girl, that is a lot for me.
Wrap it up.
But I feel myself blossoming. And it feels like spring. It feels like a rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited for it. But the part of the reason that I had that breakdown I was referring to earlier is because it's like just when I was getting my mojo, just when I was getting my momentum, just when I was getting like a spring in my step, the Rona. But
that's not within your control.
Exactly. And that's what I had to be like, you know, I was like, you know what, we're all going through this. We're all experiencing this together. It's all affecting us individually in different ways. But there was for me some comfort in that it's just not something that happens to me. It's like, it's not happening to me solely. So like there is in that, I'm experiencing it. We're all experiencing this uniquely.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, we're all experiencing it in the same way as well. So that gave me some comfort. But then I was like, you know what, that's not in my control. What can I control?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been controlling things like working out, eating well. I've been cooking so much. Like, honestly, my pocket has never been better because, you know, I like to eat out. I have not eaten out in a month.
They closed, bitch.
That's crazy to me, but I saved so much money by not eating out. And I love dining. Like, you know what I want to hear? Like, words that will get me wet are, can I start you off with some drinks and appetizers? Like, when I hear that, I'm going to be so excited again. So excited.
I don't know, because a lot of these restaurants aren't going to make it.
They're not.
And they're relying on, they're trying to do like the takeout and the carry out. And
it can't sustain.
That it ain't going to work. And by the time this is all over, girl, they're going to be shut down.
These restaurants are week to week. I read something like the U.S. restaurant industry will have like at least a 40% reduction in restaurants.
Probably more than that.
But yeah.
More than that.
They were like at least 40%.
Mm-hmm.
That will be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was supposed to, you know, go to that one restaurant for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not happening. I was supposed to meet my other girlfriend to go to that restaurant Bodega. Not happening. Mm-hmm. Like, and they just opened, and I'm like, wow,
they're gonna be closed.
They are
by the time we get back.
Yeah, but you know, but I'm focusing on what's in my control. I have lots of ideas that are popping up about things that I want to do professionally, but like personally, or like civically, or like philanthropy wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to take advantage of this opportunity. I think that it is scary and shocking what's happening, but I think it's also like kind of needed, like, because it's forcing people to go within themselves, because we can't distract ourselves with the things of the world. You're stuck at home with your thoughts and feelings. Process them, think about it. What do you want to do? So I will admit, I was inconsolable. But it's hard for me not to see people. Like, honestly, like I'm happy I get to see you like this, but it makes me so sad. My Q1 of 2020, I will give an 8 out of 10. And that's not a bad score.
High.
That's not a bad score.
That's high.
It's high. It's a
I'm
high
surprised
score.
you give it that high.
An 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm so content.
Okay.
How are you? How was your Q1 review?
So honestly, I don't think that I was as productive as I hoped that I would be.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in a way I'm a little happy for this whole corona like reset and pause moment, because it's going to give me time to like really do some things I really wanted to do.
Right.
And like things have just really, I had a really busy 2019, like starting a new job, and then we bought the house, and then it was like, just things going and going and going, and everything was in motion. I think that I didn't really have time to focus on like the things I really wanted to do, and really take the time to get them working and get them going the way I wanted to. Because in the 2018, I had my goals. Oh, what are you going to accomplish for 2019? I had this whole kind of list of things I wanted to kind of start or accomplish or whatever. But then, like things kind of just got away from me, I think, a bit. And 2019 was just, I didn't realize like how much like working in the suburbs would take out of my day.
Right.
And really impact my productivity. And because I would be spending 2 hours plus in the car every day. That's 2 hours out of my day that I could be doing something else. That's time that I don't have to cook dinner. That's time I don't have to handle the things I need to at home. And I kind of I think a lot of things like slip. And I was like, okay, the house is all settled in. 2020 is going to be the start of everything, and I was going to really kind of get more productive and take a look at the things I hadn't done yet, but didn't quite get to them. And now it's that time where everything's like stopped, and it's like, okay, let me reassess and kind of get back to the things I wanted to do. So I would give myself like a 7 out of 10.
Still a high score.
It's passing. Like, it's not like, girl, everything is, disaster, but it's not where I want it to be. So that's a 7 is not good for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you can only go up, my dear.
It can. And the thing is that, so my birthday is the end of June, which is the end of the first half of the year. So that'll be like another time to like reassess, and like think about how I progressed so far. Yeah. It's like how I progressed so far, and then what can I do like the back half of the year.
Right.
And get back to where I want to be. So yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to check in. I like this actually, because I think that you should kind of like always have like an assessment of like how you're feeling and like where you and how you're performing in different areas of your life, and like what are you doing wrong? What do you need to switch up? What's not working for you? What do you need to change?
Yeah.
It's really important to check in with yourself.
Yeah.
The check-in needs to be honest. But for me, just part of my breakdown also was that I'll be turning 33, and my 30s were very unkind to me in multiple ways, professionally, personally, romantically. Like I turned 30 and life was like bop, 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 bop. Like life was coming at me hard. And it wasn't until like, January I got like, I was like feeling better and had a plan and had momentum. Momentum started to pick up like mid-February, and then like March was like
basically
that was part of my breakdown. But again, like the key thing is what you said, like that's outside of my control.
Yeah.
Shit only has the meaning that you assign to it. Right? So like, why do you make the face?
I'm listening.
Like when I'm feeling that, I read a lot of my shit, my books, my self-help, my astrology, but it's just like, okay, so the bonus happens to everyone, but it only happens like in the universe personally that you can give it the power, right? But the power affects the meaning for you. So for me, it's like your perspective.
Okay.
What?
Come on, girl. I don't get it.
What I'm trying to say is that you can give things meaning in your life, and the meaning that you give something, whether it's something that happens to you, or it can be something that's perceived as tragic, or you might perceive it as a setback, is your perception of what it is. And perception and meaning are essentially synonyms for what I'm trying to say, is that it's how you look at things. Is it really a setback or is it an opportunity? And it's choosing how you look at it. The Rona is clearly bad for everyone, but I have but no choice to look at, like, okay, what can this allow me to do? And how can I maximize this opportunity? And that's the choice that I'm choosing to use for this time, because I think that's what's best for me. And that's all I'm saying. It might not be clear because I'm drunk.
Okay, Marianne Williamson.
That's who we need right now. Because what's happening right now is a reckoning.
Okay. I'm reckoning we should move on to the next part of the show. It's time. It's time for I Said What I Said.
Yes. Who's going first?
So my I Said What I Said for this week is that kind of touching on the topic earlier, we were talking about like Netflix and all the shows that they have popping off now that pretty much are just for like hype and like social media attention, basically. So like it started off with like The Circle on Netflix, and then Love is Blind, and then now what is it, The Tiger King. And for me, it's just like the substance of the shows that they're producing, like the original content that they're producing, is not that great. It's more about, let's give them something so salacious and outrageous, and it really kind of just is missing like some depth and like some substance, because like when Netflix first started and they had the original content, Orange is the New Black, which was groundbreaking, House of Cards, which was groundbreaking, and then since then they've done other things, but then like this new stuff that they're producing, like girl, I don't know.
They've been producing a lot of documentaries, like Don't Fuck with Cats, Tiger King. They seem really like feline-ish.
I mean, like not even that. It's just like what happened to like the good stuff? And I just think that if I see it trending on Twitter or on social media, that is an immediate turnoff, because people love it, but people are dumb and they can get caught up in the most ridiculous story and think that it's good, and that it's they're more caught up on the hype and wanting to be in that group of people that have seen it and that love it. But no, like I said, no one can tell me what it's about. No one can tell me like what the real story is. It's just that, oh, it's crazy, it's outrageous, it's wild. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't give me anything to connect to, and I like the connection. So I mean, I don't know, maybe Netflix is good right now because everybody's at home, so they are blowing up, but I just think they need to really kind of rein in the content,
right,
and really look at like the quality of things that they're producing. And yeah, I don't pay for Netflix anywhere, but If I did, I would not be subscribing.
Did I give you my password?
No, I got somebody else's.
No, my best friend has mine because I be getting signings from Key West. I'm like, bitch.
But I hate when, and they're probably gonna lock this down at some point. But then sometimes you try to log in, and it's like too many people are logged into the same account at one time, so you can't like watch something.
Oh no! Like, a couple years ago, that used to happen to me, and I'd be pissed because I'm like, wait, I'm paying for it, but I can't watch it.
Yeah,
that was bullshit.
Yeah,
but I hear you. So what I said this week is somewhat Corona related, and I know we try to keep it that way, but it is what it is. But over the past week, I've had more Zoom meetings than ever in my life. Okay, and I just want to talk. And you know what? I get that we're in times that most of us have never experienced before. I understand that the workplace is a diverse one with people's knowledge and experience of technology varies. But let's just talk about what's appropriate and what's not. I've had Zoom meetings with people in bed like this.
Yep.
I've had Zoom meetings with people with the hair scarf on.
Yep.
Tank top, bra strap out, cleavage too low. Listen, if you're at work where you got a paycheck or whatever, show up to the Zoom meeting. You're still at work. Wear something that you would wear to work.
From the waist up, because they ain't gonna see the rest.
I be in my Zoom meeting, booty shorts on. But from here up, it's like the newscaster outfit.
Yeah.
But
don't be like that girl.
Huh?
Don't be like the girl who went to the
She was in the bathroom.
On the toilet.
She had to be tired.
I hope she quit, because there's no coming back from that. Like, girl.
Because she walked, like, I watched the whole, like, she walked down the hall to the bathroom, sat the laptop on the floor, and then proceeded to pee. I don't know if she wiped, though, because the video ended.
It ended. But I think what I do is I never turn my camera on.
Right.
And I even have tape, like, taped over the camera, because I'm like, because they can activate it mobily.
Can they?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So you got to put some like black electrical tape over the camera.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just my thing. It's just like I know that people. I've had people like just not. I feel like Zoom's pretty user friendly, and I feel like that's what at least in my work setting, we've been using for our meetings. But people like not have their camera open. I'm like, just share your camera or start your video, things like that. But it's just like I feel like in a professional setting, please take your hair-scarf off. Please go to like a room where your children are not running around, where your dogs are not barking. Turn off your TV. I mean, I've been in meetings with people.
Mute your line.
Your what?
Mute your line.
Yeah, you mute your phone. Oh my God, because people will not mute the contact, and then they'll be having conversations with their husband, with their kids. Like, please mute it, listen, and then when you're ready to talk. But I also had one woman, she had like accidentally shared her video, like shared her screen. She was on Amazon. She was shopping, but she had multiple windows open. I could see the other windows you had open. It's just like, know your way. But I also get this is an adjustment for everyone. But we're social distancing. You want to get that direct deposit every Thursday night? Learn how to operate your Zoom. And I said what I said.
We had this lady at my old job where we did WebEx. We didn't do Zoom, but she basically had like a picture of herself, like in front of the screen. Like it wasn't her, and because we noticed that she was never moving. Like, hold up, and you got on the same outfit in every single meeting? Come on, girl. And she was just sitting like this.
Did she ever talk?
No, she never talked in the meeting. So I was like, okay, yeah, she's scamming. But that's funny.
All right, well, let's hop to the less. I'm drunk. Let's talk to our last segment of the show. It's time for tens
across
the board. Who's your tens this week, Maurice?
My tens this week is going to journalist, I don't know how to pronounce this, Yamiche Alcindor. I wonder if she's related to Lou Alcindor.
Who's Lou? I don't know him.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's his real name.
Oh, that's his real name. That's not his Muslim name.
Yeah.
I wonder too.
Lou Alcindor. So she is a journalist. She works for PBS NewsHour, I believe. Mm-hmm. And, they're doing like those daily White House briefings with that orange person. And I mean, the ratings are amazing, according to him.
He also said, he's seen people die that never died before.
Wow. A mess. So she was asking him a question at this press briefing, and she was basically quoting it was a direct quote from something he said like previously the day before, I don't know when. But he popped all the way off on her.
He did.
And he started by saying, "You people."
And she's a Black woman.
She's a Black woman. She's of Haitian descent. She is a graduate of Georgetown University, and she has her master's from NYU. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and she has been in journalism for a long time. She's a really accomplished woman. She's worked for a number of different news agencies. She is more professional than me, because the moment he said, "You people," I would have popped all the way off.
Her composure.
Yes. Was like, because you can see in her face, she was like, did he just say, "You people"? And he just kept going and going. He was like, and that's why,
He said that her question was threatening.
Was threatening. And you need to be nice. And this is why you people and you need to calm down. And he was just going on and on. He's like, and that's why you used to work somewhere else, but you don't work there anymore. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wanted her to drag him.
I did too.
But I'm proud she didn't.
I
wish she would have, though.
I wish she would have. Because he deserved that. It's in that moment. Like, I get, we're trying to be professional, and you know how we as Black people, we have to be calm, because if she would have popped off, she'd have been the angry Black woman, and yada, yada, yada. And we have all these negative things.
Be angry.
Right. And we have all these, like, things already working against us. So she had to, keep it cute, put it on mute, and then do her job, the job that she came there to do. But in that moment, I think she would have been justified to pop off all the way off on him. And I get you can, be composed in the moment and then put a tweet out, but girl, you should have just let him have it right there.
But she's a Black woman, and she's reached a height that most people couldn't. Right?
And
it's just like, he wouldn't have come for her like that if she wasn't a Black woman.
No, because he came for Jeremy Diamond, like maybe a few hours after that, or the next day or whatever, pretty much on the same thing. So I think Jeremy was trying to like steal her thunder, where they're like direct quoting him and then seeing what his reaction is going to be. So yeah, but 10s for you, girl, because you held it together. You was on your Gayle King in that R. Kelly interview. So 10s for you, because I could not do that.
Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. I that's actually a really great chance, because I've been watching that story all day on the news.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to Yamiche, right?
Yeah.
My 10 this week goes to a young person, the youth. And I think that you need to get recognized, because this particular person is on break from school, which is a concern to me. I think that, if the COVID is under control by June, the kids just need to go to summer school.
Kids need to go back.
Just go back. Mm-hmm. Because from a pedagogy and education perspective, they're losing so much. Each day they're losing a lot. But this 13-year-old Virginia student, his name is Charles Randolph. He's currently on break, but in his downtime, he's been using his parents' computer. And with his parents' computer, he's been able to create a 3D print of a mask that would be able to be used to. Why are you making that face?
I can't do that, but okay.
Well, a lot of these used to be having parents that assist them. And let's just say Donald Trump's father gave him some assistance in millions. Okay, so let's not be that way. But he was able to create a mask that can be used to help for medical staff and professionals who are being exposed to COVID. And I think that it is really important that, obviously a lot of our healthcare professionals are on the front lines, and they are the ones who are having the most imminent or immediate exposure to the virus. Mm-hmm. And like in Italy, you saw a lot of the healthcare workers were dying because they're treating them. And it's just like, they're our first defense. If the healthcare workers all died, and we all shit out of luck. But, it's crazy to me that we have a shortage of PPE or personal protective equipment. But like now we see companies like New Balance, Christian Siriano are making masks. But what? Say what you say?
But they're not N95 masks. And there was other designers who were doing like hospital gowns and something else. I was like, okay, that's more in your lane than trying to make these masks that 3M can't even produce.
Because the N95 mask has a special respirator.
Yeah.
Like the construction masks, most masks are not going to be able to stop this virus. That's how little it is, and that's how strong it is. But even when I go to the stores, people are wearing masks and gloves because they feel like something's better than nothing. But I think people don't really have a real understanding of science. I know I for sure as hell don't, and how disease is transmitted. But I still think it's great that this student is working and trying to help in this crisis. So thanks to you, Mr. Young Charles Rudolph. I think it's good because I think that it is. I think that the children are being forgotten because this is scary for them. If for something like your education as a 13-year-old to be disrupted, it is quite pivotal. So thanks to you. Make them act. Give us something.
Don't be out there in them streets.
Yeah, stay home.
Basically.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for another week of the category is quarantine edition.
Yes. All right. We'll see you next week. I got to get downstairs because anniversary dinner is about to be on time.
Oh, tell Bay I said hi.
I got to make some dessert.
All right. Bye. For the next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Category Is.
Be sure to like, rate, and review the show wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on all things social media at Category Is Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And you can contact us at categoryispod@gmail.com.
Check us out on the web at categoryispod.com.